Welcome back to the Unturned 3.0 map tour series. In this video, I have a very special thing to show you because I found out how to do something pretty awesome, and it is probably one of the best features of the map so far. So this is the miner city. The miner city is located right below the mountain city. This is a brand new city that I just made. During the live stream, there was a farm right here, and I've removed that, and I've put in this city as well as a very special feature. And essentially, the backstory is that the government hired a company that had all these miners working for this company to mine ores and precious stone from underneath the mountain city. And there was caves and tunnels and things like that, and they dug mines out, and eventually, hopefully, we'll have some caves up there and actually have that in game. But essentially, they were supposed to report anything that they found, and so that it can be given to the company, and then they could sell the goods and things like that. Well, the miners struck gold, and they didn't tell the company that they found gold, and so they kept it for themselves. Well, they kept it in Smuggler's Den. Now, Smuggler's Den is a series of hidden tunnels underneath the city, and the Smuggler's Den is the hideout where they kept all their gold. And so if you're coming up from the road, so that's the wealth city over there. I don't think you've seen that yet, but the prison is right back there. You can kind of see it in the distance. So it's right across from the prison, right down the road from the mountain city. You can see it up there. Well, if you want to get to the tunnels, there's several ways in, and we'll cover all of that in this video. But here is one of the entrances, and you can see it's completely shrouded with ivy and overgrowth and vines. And so if you see it from the road, it's like, there's a dirt path coming in like this. Well, essentially, I'll tell you how I made these tunnels too, because I wanted to make this kind of a tutorial video on how to make a tunnel and a tunnel system. So essentially what I did was I took the flatten tool and I raised it to a specific height. And then once I raised a huge area, make sure you have enough, like do more than you might think you need to do if you're going to plan on doing a tunnel series, because you don't want to screw up the different levels of flatten. You want to have it all one level, so you don't want to mess it up. So raise up a bunch of land, and then once you have all the land raised, take the flatten tool and lower it down as far as you want, and then take it to, I think it's the second smallest size, and then start carving out your paths. It's as simple as that. And then what I did here was I put, this is cafe number 2, and I put cafe number 2 and I put it on the side, and I put them on top of the tunnel so that it actually looks like a tunnel. And I'll show you above, but it doesn't really look that bad. And I made this tunnel to look very rugged and different levels of elevation and stuff, so it actually looks like a tunnel that they quickly dug out so they can hide their loot. And so I don't think I'm done with it yet in terms of so there's a bug right here, I think, with my elevation. I don't think I'm done with this yet because I want to add some more stuff in. There's another bug, but ooh, there's a huge one. But essentially, this is like, you can see all the crates where they were storing all their gold and stuff, and there's a bunch of trash just laying all over the place. They had like, some tables and stuff down here. They were playing some poker. They were making sure that they were posted up at each entrance, so they're keeping guard essentially in case somebody else came down here. So you can see how rugged it looks down here and how awesome it is. And like I said, there's multiple entrances to this place. Now, essentially, when I first made this, I had the tunnel system way more in depth, and it was really like a maze. And I didn't want it to make it that complicated, but I also wanted to make it very large so people could hide out down here. Because if you think about it, think about the dynamics of this area. Some intense PvP, people being able to hide out during the night down here. They can make little shelters and things like that. Every single entrance is shrouded with vines, so if you see any of these, you know exactly where you're at. And then there's another one up here, like in the middle of the city. And essentially, what I really desire from this map is to have all kinds of different gameplay. Very, very dynamic, a lot of things going on. And I think I've done a pretty good job so far of making that happen. But this map is shaping up to be like a 100-man server. Like, it's fairly large. There's a lot on this map. So you can see there's a gas station, mechanics, there's a bunch of different clothing places, there's some residential, There's cafes. It's like, you know, like, and then there's a bunch of like apartment buildings, like townhouse condo type things. Because like, you know, if you think about like a bunch of people who are being contracted out to do a job, and they're living in a specific location, they're gonna have like buildings like that because they're cheap and easy to make, and they can rent them out and things like that. So here's the other way in. So you come down here, and so there's multiple ways in here. So if you come down here to like maybe seek shelter, be aware that there's multiple entrances to this place, and you could have you could be in for a fight. So you can see like there's a table down here. They're posted up just so they can watch the entrance, just to make sure nobody's coming in, and if so, you know, they could be ready to fire off some shots or something like that. There's just trash everywhere, and I thought this was pretty funny. I put all the trash on the outside. There's not even in the dumpster. Just rebar and stuff, and it looks very rugged. And like I said, I might add more down here. I'm not entirely sure, but I kind of maybe want to add more crates because I want it to look like they had found a ton of gold and they stashed a ton of it. And so Smuggler's Den, that's what this is called. This is called Smuggler's Den, underneath the miner city. Like I said, very, very easy to make tunnels. All you have to do, use the flatten tool is the best way to do it. Don't use raise because you're going to get all kinds of weird elevation problems. Use flatten, raise it up as much as you want, and then lower the flatten tool down as far as you want. And then shrink the brush size so it's either at the... I think the second smallest works the best, and then just carve out your pathways and then lay buildings over top. It's as simple as that, and you might have some issues like this, but you can easily fix that just by lowering some things. But that is it for this map tour video. I thought you guys would really like this because I think it's going to be an awesome place to have combat. And you know what? I'll probably have some militia loot, police loot, things like that down here because, you know, these guys were like hardcore protecting this place. They're guarding their gold, and so, you know, there's gonna probably be some good loot down here. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Just a quick little update, wanted to share that with you. If you liked the video, click that thumbs up button below. Feel free to subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.